Hello guys and welcome to the new week of your Python and API development course. This is your week 3. In the first 2 weeks, you learned about fundamentals of Python programming and basics of Python programming. You were also able to implement Python programming at the intermediate level. In the second week, you learned about APIs, API endpoints, and HTTP methods. You also learned about the Fast API framework, which is based on Python programming. You were able to hand code, get and post request. You were able to implement query parameters. You were able to implement headers. You were able to implement authorization for your API endpoints. So this was the wrap up of your first 2 weeks. Now, what we will be doing in this third week, let us discuss. So in this week, we will be building a mega project for you and that you can showcase in your resume. So now what will be our app? Our app will be a URL shortening app. So you might know that while working, people want to share URLs and links to other people's, but sometimes they feel that the URL is too long. Even when you will see you are making your resume and you will see that your LinkedIn ID, if you are adding, or your GitHub ID, it might be a long URL and you want to shorten it to make it look better. Now we will be making a backend for this app. We will be making a API service for URL shortening. So for this, in today's video, we will be doing two things. First, setting our base app, and second, we will be setting up our database. Now, what is a database? Database is a collection of data. So there are many different types of database like SQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, and many more. And we will be using MongoDB. It's a NoSQL database, and also it is more of an object-oriented database. That means it prefers key value pairs and documents. It stores data in form of documents, that is key value pair. So we will be using MongoDB for it. So let's first set up our base app. What I'll do is I'll make a new folder for my app and let's just name it URL shortener. Okay. Now I'll get into this. I will open this with code. First thing first, I need to set up my virtual environment, so I'll do that. Open my terminal. So in my terminal, I'll write Python -m venv and venv, and I'll press enter. It will make a virtual environment for me where I can install my dependencies. A new module we will be using in our app for database would be PyMongo, which is used to operate MongoDB database using Python programming. No worries, we will get into it. I'll guide you through the database too, so it will be all clear to you. Now, in meantime, I'll make a main.py for me. .py. I'll not again code everything. I'll just copy my base app from our previous. So we will be needing all this. Let's just copy everything and we will only take the major things that we need right now. Okay, so my virtual environment is set up. I'll do is, okay, so I don't need right now any users or any base model class, so I'll remove everything from here. I just need my default get request. Okay, and also I need my fast API So I'll remove this. I will remove this authentication right now and I'll just use this. Okay, let's save this, and now I need to activate my virtual environment. So I'll activate my virtual environment. What I need to install is pip install fast API all, right? Do this. Let it install everything. Second thing that we needed was Unicorn, our server. It's downloading everything. In the meantime, just open the documentation for Fast API. I'll go to tutorials. Yeah, so I need pip install Unicorn standard. Let it download everything. And well, I can also do one thing is I can open another terminal using this plus sign and I can download Unicorn there, but it's majorly done here, so we will be installing in this terminal only. Let me hear. Our virtual environment is activated, so our fast API dependencies are downloading inside this virtual environment only. Our base app has just after I install Ubicon, our base app will be set up, and then we will move to setting up our database. Let me just open another terminal and I'll write here. Okay, so I guess we don't need this terminal already, it's done here. So I'll just install UV standard here. I guess it will be satisfied because it's already done when we selected fast API all, but for validation, I'm just again installing everything. Yeah, it's satisfied. So our base app has been set up. Now we will move to our database. Let me first run the server for me so that I can see that yeah, setup was successful. So now UVCon is running on this port, but application startup is not complete, so I will wait for the application startup to be completed. For till that happens, let us just hop into MongoDB. So you should go and Google search for MongoDB Atlas. You will get to this page. Go for the try free. So I have already account. If you don't have a account, you can go for the try free. I will sign into it. You can also sign it using, or you can sign up using your GitHub or maybe your Google account. So I'll click on sign in. You can use try free to register yourself on MongoDB Atlas. Application startup. Okay, so we'll see that our application startup was complete. So our base app setup has been completed. Now we will set up our database. Yeah, so log into your MongoDB account. If you don't have one, you can sign it up using Google or GitHub. Okay, so I'll sign into the MongoDB at my MongoDB account. You can sign up using Google, GitHub, anything, and I'll just use my login credential to log into MongoDB account. I have signed into my account. You can sign up. Remind me later. And here I am inside MongoDB Atlas. So here I'll make a cluster for myself, and I already have my cluster, so I'll not make a new, but I'll guide you through how to make a new cluster for yourself. And then what you can do is we will make a particular database for ourselves, and we will define our collections in it, and we will see that how to store data in MongoDB in the coming videos. One more thing you can do is you can go here, you can write MongoDB Bash download. Okay. Go to this MongoDB Compass download GUI so that you can have your OV, so you that when we will be making our project, we can directly access MongoDB and see how the database is changing accordingly. So you can go here and you can download the MongoDB GUI or MongoDB Compass for your Windows system, or maybe any whichever system you want, Mac OS, Ubuntu, Unix, Linux, whatever you want, you can download it from here, and then can use our login credentials to log in that, and we will see that how we can use MongoDB for our app, URL shortening app. Okay, so here I have my own cluster already there, which is Mflix. But if you want to create new, you can go to here, create. I'll not create a new one for me because I have already my cluster, but you can go to create cluster. Then you can choose the free plan here, and yeah, so go for the free plan, which is okay. This is not free. We'll go to serverless and see if it's free. I guess the shared is free. Yeah, it's also not free. We'll go to shared, and the shared is free. So the shared cluster is free. Yeah, it's free. And then you can select here your country. So I've selected here Mumbai, and let it be. No issues with that. Don't change that, and just hit create cluster. Okay. Then your cluster would be created. So like here you have your cluster. What you will do is you will go here, you will say connect, and then you can go to compass, and then when you have downloaded your compass, you can use this string, copy this string. Okay, here is your password. Okay, here will be your password. So just remember your password, and then just copy this string, close this, And you have downloaded your MongoDB Compass. It would look like this, something like this, MongoDB Compass. Okay. And then what you can do is you have your connection string. What you will do is you will click on new connection, and you will just paste your link here. You will replace this password. You will replace this password with your own password. Okay. And like I have replaced it, and then you will just hit the connect button. So now you will get into this. Your cluster has been created. These are all your databases, and in this database you can go to make your own collections. That we'll see that how to do that in the next video. Till then, set up your base app and set up your MongoDB Compass and MongoDB Atlas. I hope you guys understood. Happy learning.